is America going to war? Let me just remind you, fellas. Donald Trump, before he entered, power, he said he doesn't want unnecessary wars. He actually wants to bring all Americans back home.
I will prevent, and very easily, World War III, very easily. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly.
And that was one of the main reasons why many people voted for Trump, because this man doesn't want any war across the world. Is this going to be an exception? Is this going to be special? If this is special, why is it special? A devastating strike from Iran on Israel. Absolutely brutal. An evacuation process is happening in Israel. Many people are running away. Israel forces have confirmed the destruction of Iran's fighter jet. Absolutely insane. The United States of America gathering troops ready to go enter the war. Is this going to happen? The supreme leader of Iran calls Trump's speech threatening and ridiculous. So he's basically laughing at Donald Trump's threat. Shit is about to hit the fans, and you better find out about this. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's not a beautiful day. Crazy stuff happening right now, and I think we need to understand what's happening. And why are we talking about this? Since we talk mostly about Africa, because if you don't know what's happening in the world, it's going to be very difficult for you to understand what's happening in the motherland. And also, by the way, I think we need to speak to us on a neutral perspective, because let me tell you what, Iran has its propaganda, Israel has its propaganda, as most countries do when they're at war. So we need a neutral voice, okay, from an African perspective, since this is what we like. And I'm here for that. First thing first, the Israeli Defense Force have confirmed that Iran launched missiles toward Israel early this morning in a crazy fashion. And this is what's happening right now, fellas, as the conflict drags on its sixth day. The United States of America is coordinating planes and cruise ships to take American citizens out of Israel, according to Ambassador Mike Huckabee. So America is getting Americans out of Israel. The United States of America is coordinating aeroplanes and cruise ships to get Americans out of Israel to leave. So the bottom line is a lot of Israelis are Americans or have double nationality. And this perhaps explains the need for aeroplanes and cruise ships to get them out. As I was browsing the internet, I saw some comments that very cocky saying, how come saying, why are the people leaving the promised land? Where are they going? Why are they leaving the promised land? That's the promised land. They should stay there, not go elsewhere. In a clearly provocative manner against Israel. The main reason of the conflict, as per Israel, is basically to try to stop Iran from producing nuclear weapons. They say they had struck uranium enrichment sites after the two countries launched another barrage of missiles at each other overnight. So Israel wants Iran to destroy some plants, nuclear plants, in a preemptive manner because they feel like Iran enriching uranium is bad for everybody. A country like Iran should not have the atomic bomb. Enriching uranium to some level becomes very dangerous because you can then use it for weaponry. And that would be absolutely disastrous for Israel and for the rest of the world, as per Israel. So it was necessary for them to fly over Iran and destroy. And this is something that is unprecedented. It had never happened in the past. So this is one big thing, okay? Donald Trump and the Israeli Prime Minister hinted at possibly taking out the leader of Iran. This is the supreme leader, the number one of the country. I don't know if this is legally authorized, if you can say such thing about another leader of a free country. I mean, people say Iran is not free, but let's just presume it's a different country. There should be some level of laws that you couldn't just take out the leader of another country just because you're at war. I'm not sure about that. Don't know about the legalities. But after Prime Minister of Israel raised the idea of assassinating Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the leader has reacted to that. So the leader of Iran suggested that Trump's call for Iran to surrender was threatening and ridiculous. So Donald Trump said that Iran should totally surrender. Basically abandon the program and surrender. He said that right after saying that they knew exactly where the leader of Iran was hiding. So he asked Iran to surrender. Now in a defiant manner, the leader of Iran said, what you're saying is threatening and ridiculous. So you're absolutely crazy and insane.
The President of the United States, in unacceptable remarks, explicitly calls on the Iranian nation to surrender. But we say to him, first, make threats to those who are afraid of them. Threats have never influenced the behaviour or thinking of the Iranian people. Second, telling the Iranian nation to surrender is not a rational statement. Wise individuals who are familiar with the Iranian people and their history would never utter such words, because the Iranian nation is not one that surrenders and will never submit to anyone's aggression.
You know, Donald Trump, with the way he is, he doesn't like to be taken for granted. Is he going to react on this? The supreme leader of Iran also warned that the US intervention will cause irreparable damages. He says Iran will show no mercy. So basically, are we seeing a situation here where Iran is not really striking with the most power that they have, and they're waiting for the next escalation for them to rise up the level? Is this a possibility? Because I know a lot of people are writing them off. Okay, it looks like they're not striking the big shot. Don't they have any other thing? Are they waiting for things to happen? We also know that Iran's got a lot of weapons hidden underground. The majority of the weapons hidden underground, because they were perhaps foreseeing the possibilities of these sort of events happening in the future. Therefore, they built places underground, deep underground, to protect the weaponry. Are they waiting for an escalation for them to escalate as well? I mean, not everybody just laugh at Donald Trump's face saying, ha ha ha, what you're saying is threatening and ridiculous. Crazy stuff. Now, what's interesting here and what is clear is that Israel does not have the capability to destroy Iran's capabilities. We're talking about Fordo nuclear plant. So one of Iran's biggest nuclear plants is underground. It's named Fordo. And because it's deep, not every nation got weapons big enough to destroy these very deep underground places. So for Israel to do that, they will need the help of the United States of America with the GBU-57. This is a massive penetrator bomb. So the bomb actually goes underground. Before it explodes, it will go many meters underground, then go kaboom. It is known as the bunker buster. So the only way to completely destroy Iran's arsenal is to use that bomb that the Americans have. And it has been reported that America refused to issue Israel that bomb so far. And that's one of the reasons why many people feel like Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to get America directly involved into the war so they can use that weapon and destroy Iran. Trump has indicated that he might order an attack on Fordo, and he's indicated that Israel could assassinate Khamenei. So they could destroy that Fordo nuclear plant, and Israel could assassinate Khamenei. Again, I don't know how the world's going to react to that, but yeah, that's some daring word to say right there. The Revolutionary Guard in Restan province arrested 5 individuals it is said were working for Mossad. Now, arresting people is one thing. Proving that they are spies is another thing. I believe if you arrest somebody who does absolutely nothing because you are under stress, that could be really, really bad, okay, and very sad. But if you arrest people that are your enemy, that's another conversation. Now, the internet in Iran apparently right now is not functioning, okay? It's not working. The Iranian Communication Ministry has placed temporary restrictions on internet use within the country. According to the ministry, the decision was made in part because of the enemy misuse of the national communication network. So what do you understand from that? They've stopped internet from working because of the enemy misuse of the communication network. What does that mean? Because they've been hacked. Yes. You have been hacked. And trust me, Israelis are some of the best hackers you can possibly imagine. They've been hacked. So when you hack a system, you can very clearly see what's happening within the government. What are they planning? You know, you can bring down the electricity. Yeah, you can bring down many things. The water supply. If it is computerized, you can do a lot of damage through cyber, security and cyber activity. So one of the best way to combat that is clearly to switch off the internet, to disallow them from entering any information or any other thing. Now, there was an allegation suggesting that Iran was trying to negotiate after all these strikes. So they sort of just been very scared, and they've communicated with a middleman country so they can discuss with America in order to have a discussion on the communication. The Iran government denied that Trump's assertion earlier this morning that officials from Islamic Republic had suggested meeting in Washington. So Donald Trump apparently said that Iran wanted to meet. You know Trump, he's a strong, boastful person. He needs to show the public opinion that we are making things function. Or Iran is actually trying to negotiate. Don't worry. No, Iran said, no, we are not trying to negotiate.
I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. I can tell you this, that Iran's got a lot of trouble. And they want to negotiate. And I said, why didn't you negotiate with me before? All this death and destruction. Why didn't you negotiate? I said to the people, why didn't you negotiate with me 2 weeks ago? You could have done fine. You would have had a country. It's very sad.
Trump made the claim when speaking to reporters in off-the-cuff remark outside the White House and called it a courageous suggestion. So he says a courageous suggestion from Iran trying to negotiate with us. Iran said, no, we are not doing that.
Of course, the Americans, those who are familiar with the politics of this region, know that America's intervention in this matter is 100% to their detriment. What they will suffer in this regard is much greater than what Iran may suffer. The damage America will suffer if it makes a military intervention in this field will undoubtedly be irreparable.
Iranian mission in the United States, we're talking about the Iran embassy, they tweeted saying that the regime will not negotiate under duress. So it's not because you're pushing them to the corner that they're going to negotiate. You're not going to bully us, in other words. There are growing signs that the US could enter the conflict after President Donald Trump demanded Iran's unconditional surrender. But later he told reporters, I may do it, I may not do it. Nobody knows what I'm going to do.
You don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it, I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows.
Iran's ambassador to the United Nations made a comment that's very, very strong. He said if the United States of America get involved directly in this war, we're going to dress up a red line, and that is where shit's going to hit the fan. Listen to him.
There is a line which, if crossed, there should be a response on our side. And that line will be defined by our relevant authorities, including military forces. And once the red line is crossed, the response will come. We are totally ready to give appropriate response to any development. We will follow the developments, we will follow the actions of the United States, and at any time, at any point, if we come to the conclusion that the United States is directly involved in attacks against Iran, we will start responding to the United States.
Israel Defense Minister said that the Iranian internal security headquarters have been completely destroyed. We're talking here about the security headquarters. Is this true or not? Well, it's a possibility. Why? Because they're striking all over Iran. There's also been videos online showing Israel destroying Iran fighter jet. The bottom line is this one. Donald Trump promised to end wars. He promised to end the war in Ukraine. He promised to finish all the pitiful, unnecessary war.
I will prevent, and very easily, World War III, very easily. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly. Quickly. I will get the problem solved, and I will get it solved in rapid order, and it will take me no longer than one day. I know exactly what to say to each of them. I got along very well with them.
But he's moving in a direction that suggests something completely different. Was he not telling the truth when he was trying to become president? Are all politicians just not truth tellers? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. Do you think Iran has a secret weapon that they're waiting for other people to do something absolutely wrong, to cross the line, for them to truly react in a way that is devastating? Is this what the world needs at this specific time? God bless.